Hello and welcome back to the Poet Prince. It's been a little while since we did an episode, and today we're just going to go through some things from this book, the I Am Discourses, which we've visited upon already. And we're going to have a look at all the invocations, some questions, and the benedictions so far. So I actually marked these out ages ago, the same day I made the last episode, and things were just very busy. The schedule's been all over the place, and now I'm in a different location, and I'm going to be here for 2 weeks, and the intention is to make an episode every morning. So we'll be back to regular episodes. So here's the first invocation. This is from Discourse 1. And when I read this, imagine it's your voice that's saying this. And even if you're not saying it out loud, inside, try to match the intention. See if you can locate the intention behind these words being spoken here within you. Thou infinite mighty presence, thou all-pervading principle of life, we give praise and thanks for thy wondrous activity through all outer presence. Out of thy mighty essence comes all that is, and oh, that humanity might understand. Thou art ever and forever self-sustained. Thou mighty active principle of life, surge forth in the outer activity of mankind and manifest thy supreme justice now in all places. Mighty presence of light, God in action, govern the minds of mankind, holding them to truth and justice, and see that thy messengers are placed in all official positions. Let naught of the outer interfere, that none of humanity may accept any thought of deception. Mighty presence of God in action, surge forth in the minds of all, expressing thy conquering presence. And that is the first invocation. Let's find the next one. And just notice when you were saying that, were there any parts as you were listening that felt really detached from your own voice, from your own self? And were there any parts that you felt a little bit more alignment with? Next invocation. I do not take on conditions from anybody or anything about me but God, good, and I am always God commanded. I'll read that one again. I do not take on conditions from anybody or anything about me but God, good, and I am always God commanded. I do not take on conditions from anybody or anything about me but God, hyphen, or dash, good, like God is good, and I am. God is good, and I am. Always God commanded. This is a tricky sentence, really. But just see what it does as I read it. Question. What can I do to intensify this activity from the hints given? Hints. What can I do to intensify this activity from the hints given? Here's a benediction, the first benediction in the book. Mighty perfected ones, As we receive thy magic circle of protection, as we receive and are enfolded in thy mighty opulent presence, O Master within, we accept fully that opulence made manifest in our outer experience and use. We accept fully that opulence made manifest in our outer experience and use. We give praise and thanks for thy wisdom in its use. We give praise and thanks that we have the full strength to accept only thy mighty active presence at all times, and to refuse acceptance to anything unlike thee. Here's the invocation at the start of Discourse 2. Thou infinite, all-pervading presence, thou mighty Master within each human form, we acknowledge and accept thy full presence manifest within these forms, and within the human form of every individual that God has sent forth. We give praise and thanks that at last we have become aware of this mighty presence to whom we can turn and recognize the fullness of God's activity, the I Am of all things. Here's an invocation from Jesus. I am the resurrection and the life. And another one. I am the way, the life, and the truth. Another one. I am the light that lighteth every man that cometh into the world. And another one. I am the open door which no man can shut. I am the resurrection and the life. I am the way, the life, and the truth. I am the light that lighteth every man that cometh unto the world. I am the open door which no man can shut. I don't know why the music starts playing there. This is not from Jesus, it's from Saint Germain. This is God's intelligence and power by which I walk. This is his intelligence by which I know where I am going. And if you listen to these quotes now and start to see if you can spot the commonalities, the common themes, and then when you see the pattern, what is the pattern pointing to? I am the great opulence of God made visible in my use right now and continuously. I am the great opulence of God made visible in my use right now and continuously. I am putting forth as a messenger of this truth statements of truth which will positively produce results if unwaveringly held to and used. I am putting forth as a messenger of this truth statements of truth which will positively produce results if unwaveringly held to and used. I find it really hard not to waver, but I was given all the strength I needed to accept only thee. I am the full comprehension and illumination of this thing I want to know and understand. That's a good one. I've been thinking about what I don't know. And in the thinking of what I don't know, the searching for it, there is already in me the sort of pursuit of it unfolding. It's the process. You don't know something until you know you don't know it, and then you find it out, or you don't know something until it just surprises you, right? Either or. At some point you have to find out. Before you know anything, you don't know it. But in this weird sort of roundabout way, it's like you already do know it. And your searching for it is a knowing of it. you wouldn't be searching for it if you didn't know that it was missing. I am putting forth, as a messenger of this truth, statements of truth which will positively produce results if unwaveringly held to and used. I am the full comprehension and illumination of this thing I want to know and understand. Really simple one here. I have the ability to do this. And that one can't be underestimated, I think. I have the ability to do this. Here's a benediction. Thou mighty, majestic, conquering I am, we give praise and thanks for our comprehension of Thee as God acting in us, and with Thy mighty presence and radiance cause us to feel the mighty import of Thy mighty truth and wondrous presence. When we contemplate Thee, let Thy mighty radiance fill us with that comprehending consciousness to know and apply Thy assertions of truth more and more perfectly. We give praise and thanks for Thy mighty perfection and truth for all those who look unwaveringly to Thee. And that's all the benedictions. And I think there was actually only one question in there that we did. And invocations for the first 2 discourses. And that's the first 25 pages. I think we'll finish it there. I think there was some interesting things in there, enough to be getting on with. And maybe if you just pick one of those statements today, just go back through the video, try find the statements, and then if you want, write them out and say them. Use them. The words are like navigation. The words are like something you put in your sat-nav, your internal sat-nav, and then your guidance system will move your intention, your mentality into alignment with those words. When you say them, you'll feel when they don't feel right. And then the bits that feel more right, more in alignment, you can amplify. And in that way, you use the statements. That's my understanding of it. At least that's how I'm using them. And I hope it helps and does something for you. Thank you.